Hey, what's up, great party? Today's gonna be my first hoodie up rant, and the hoodie up rant's just basically gonna be like my old man get off the lawn shit, where I complain about certain things about like internet culture. And today, and I'm gonna post a link of this article in the comments, but I read this article, and the basic premise of it is talking about these like two twin brothers who are like internet or business like personality managers, and they were working with Travis Kelce basically to increase his profile and visibility. Um, the story goes, and I don't know how legitimate it is, but one day they're just hanging out with Travis Kelce, and he sees like a picture of The Rock or a billboard of The Rock, and he says, "Man, I'll never be famous as The Rock." And then those like business managers that they had said, "Oh man, like no, we're gonna do it. We're gonna make you as famous as The Rock." It's very like kind of like entourage-y, like it's kind of a cool sounding story, and unless you really think about it, and you're like, Jesus Christ, like how fucking vapid is that? Like here, let's put a bunch of like social like capital and like effort into like me and increasing my fame like relative to The Rock. Like let's do it, guys. Like I want to be less famous than The Rock. Let's do it. Let's get behind this. That's something we can all get behind. That's what the world needs. It's kind of ridiculous when you think about it. But even though it is a little ridiculous, just think about the effect that it's had. Like think about like what it's done to sort of our attention space on the internet. Like if you I'm someone who's very interested in football and consumes a lot of football content. So I just get inundated with this like Travis Kelce stuff, like clips from this like podcast of his, the Heights podcast. You'll watch like a football game, and then it'll be on like Amazon Prime, and they're like, oh, by the way, check out this clip from the Kelce documentary. Um, and that's even not to say anything about like the Taylor Swift whole thing that happened towards the beginning of the year, where there are all these like media blitzes of attention and showing her like during the games, and then even one game like you cut to commercial and it's like the Taylor Swift Eras Tour. Like all of this intent for him to get more famous has just clogged up like our attention space. Like think about that. I mean, there's this great book by Matthew Crawford. It's called The World Beyond Your Head, and he talks about this idea of the attention commons. And the classic example he gives is like say if you're just sitting at an airport waiting for your flight, you got like 45 minutes. You're basically a captive audience, and some advertising genius came up with the idea that they can just show you ads because you're there. You can't leave, so you might as well get some advertisements. So that can generate some revenue. And the internet is clogged up to an absurd extent with these kind of ads. Like the content ad ratio, when you think about it, is like a little nuts. Like I'll go into Facebook, which I have to be on, um, because my like mummer string band communicates through Facebook. I've gotten rid of every other social media platform basically. Like I do go on YouTube and comment sometimes, but I'm not on Instagram. Never really been on Snapchat. I downloaded TikTok like maybe 5 times, and just the whole thing was like a little too like crackish for me. But yeah, if I go on Facebook, like so much of what I see is like suggested content. And during this whole media blitz, like earlier in the football season, a lot of it was like Travis Kelce stuff. It was like a little clip from his podcast with Jason, like random kind of like generated articles that are rumor articles about his relationship, and like, oh, this is a story of how he met Taylor Swift, like stuff like that. And you gotta think like we engage with the internet quite a bit, and just how fucking clogged up it is with a bunch of bullshit. Like the only reason why that is on your feed is because Travis Kelce has this intent to get more famous. That's the only reason. Otherwise, you'd be getting like a commercial for underwear or something. And at least, I mean, at least if it's a commercial for underwear, like I need underwear. I might not need them right now, but hey, that advertisement might be relative or relevant to me. I do not ever need Travis Kelce's profile to be raised. It's equal. I care about as much about him having like a higher fame profile as I do about my mailman getting more famous, which is to say, I don't give a shit about either. The only thing that I get out of Travis Kelce is the thrill of rooting against him during football games because he beat my team, the Eagles, in the Super Bowl. And I get a tremendous amount of value and entertainment from rooting against him. Maybe he wins. I still had fun rooting against him. Maybe he loses. I laugh and I say, ha ha, that serves you right. That's all I need from you, Travis. That is all I need from you. I don't want to see your face outside of the context of a football game. But yet, I see it all the time. And just think, imagine like that sort of conservative media blitz. Like, imagine if instead of being blitzed with like people wanting to increase their profile or whatever, like, imagine if you blitzed like civics information. Like, hey, this is like a certain law, and like this is the process that it goes through to get this law passed or something. I don't know what, I have no idea how that works. I want to know how that works. I want to know facts about things. I don't want to see Travis Kelce. No offense, man. I don't care. I don't care about the relationship with Taylor Swift. I'm in my late 30s. I know relationships are actually quite difficult. Me and my girlfriend were like talking earlier today. She got home. She was like, oh man, like, we need to make this change. And I was like, oh man, I was already thinking about this change. And it kind of offends me that you thought that I wasn't thinking about this change. That's what a real relationship is like. It's not about jet setting around the world and being on TV. It's vapid, man. We're being sold something, and I'm tired of being sold. Bullshit, man. Anyway, hoodie up rant. You'll see a couple more of these. Hopefully next video will be very a lot more positive and very informational, zoomed out. And anyway, keep it gray as always. We'll see for these NFL playoffs. We'll see who can get anything done. It's definitely not going to be the Eagles, but I'm still going to be watching. All right, peace.